Okay, let me see. Let me see if everything is fine. Sorry about that. Welcome, everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mokwena. I'm your host, and this is a show where we love South African football. We love African football, and every now and then we go to Europe, but not that much, man. Stanley Africa, we like to be home and speaking about what we are seeing from our local teams. These two teams, of course, Stellenbosch versus Sundowns. Stellenbosch coming from Rwanda, where they played Lunda Soul and got their first 3 points in the CAF Confed group, and then, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns comes from a 1-0 win, a 1-0 home win versus Raja Casablanca over the weekend. In the league, Mamelodi Sundowns is number 1 in the league. 8 games played, 7 wins, no draws, 1 loss, and of course 18 goals scored with 4 conceded for a grand total of 21 points. Then, of course, Stellenbosch FC, number 4 in the league, 8 games played, 4 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss, 9 goals scored and 4 goals conceded for a grand total of 15 points. Now, in the last 5 games, Stellenbosch has 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw. Last time out, of course, was Lunda Soul. They 1-0 win away. But then before that, RS Bekane, a team that played Orlando Pirates in the final of the Confed a couple of years ago, beat them 3-1. Then Mamelodi Sundowns obviously beat the Raja 1-0. But before that, they played against the other Moroccan team in their group, ES FAR, which was a 1-1 draw away. The two teams line up as follows. You have Stevens in goal for Stellenbosch. You have Moloisa Namkaba, Pasadine, Eninaya, and Dooley Palace, Adams Mdaga, De Jong and Titus. Then for Mamelodi Sundowns, you have Onyango in goal because, of course, Starboy Williams is still traveling back from the CAF Awards, where he won the best goalkeeper of the awards, and then, of course, Interclub Player of the Year for players that are based in South Africa, in Africa. They get that award. So you have Onyango in goal. Budiba makes it back into the team. You have Obas, Diruk, Lunga Khoza, Alenda Ribeiro, Kodisang, Morena, and Reynas. That is how the starting lineup looks for Mamelodi Sundowns. A couple of changes there by coach, man. He's probably going to say that he's getting to know his team. You know, he wants to see everybody, give everybody a chance. Rotation is rotation. Year. He was robbed. ASAP Shembe is on noting here that Williams was robbed for being in the 11, the best 11. Onana took his place there, even though he won the goalkeeper of the year at that awards show. So let's see how this game is going to pan out. In the last 5 games that these two teams have played against each other, Mamelodi Sundowns has 3 wins. There have been no draws, and Stellenbosch have got 2 wins. But Stellenbosch, man, last time out, knocked Mamelodi Sundowns out of the MTN 8, winning both legs of that tie to knock out Stellenbosch on their way to the final that they lost to did he hit his own player? That they lost to Orlando Pirates. Okay. Let's get into it. Let me see.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
Okay, so how do we feel about this game, guys? Miguel Cardoso, second game in charge. Nkoshuma Ngoba, Gwangenu Cardoso. Are we seeing a Mamelodi Sundowns win? Do you think they'll continue on that trajectory? Or is Stellenbosch going to be a tough team for Mamelodi Sundowns? Because the tough thing about Mamelodi Sundowns playing versus Stellenbosch, I think we saw a little bit of Raja trying to exploit the spaces out wide with Mamelodi Sundowns. And you know that this Stellenbosch team loves throwing 4 players to the front. De Jong becomes sort of a brain, then you kind of get overloaded. So if you think of the goal that Stellenbosch scored versus Orlando Pirates, that came from wide. It was a counter-attack. Devon Titus taking advantage of Pirates not having their right back ready. I think it was Umunyane who was there. And they were able to score their goal on transition. We know that Stellenbosch doesn't necessarily score that many goals this season so far. They choose rather to go out and hit you with that 1-0 and sort of go home. But the other part that's going to be very interesting for Mamelodi Sundowns is going to be this Stellenbosch team is as good defensively as what they are. Both teams have only conceded 4 goals in their 8 games in the league so far. So will Mamelodi Sundowns struggle to find that goal? Another thing that's very interesting about this Mamelodi Sundowns team is what type of game are they going to play? We saw two separate types of games in the game versus Iraja. First half, Mamelodi Sundowns was very possession-based, very patient. They didn't push that hard. Second half, we saw some transitions, including that goal by Reyners, which was a long ball from Williams. That was then, I believe, wasn't Ribeiro who played it through, but it was essentially a counter-attack that caught Iraja off guard for them to get their goal with the cutback. So that's going to be very interesting. That is going to be very interesting to see how the tactics pan out in this one. And this is going to be probably Miguel Cardoso's biggest test when it comes to PSL football. Well, second biggest test. Pirates is the big one. This one is also a very interesting test because they're going to go straight for it. So let's see what's going to happen. Umjela, he's injured, if I'm not mistaken. He's injured. Chambe is injured. Let me see who's here. Hey, I haven't greeted you guys. How's it, Chambe? Korani, welcome. Fananom says, evening over OT and Overthinkers. As always, we are Mamelodi Sundowns. Eta Sundowns news. He was robbed of a place. We are friends of Stellies. Oh, Ratile. Le Champions GNU. Ay, Mara, guys. Can the GNU end, guys? Can we just watch football, man? Hey, without having to support. But I support when they go overseas, Mara. We now must hold hands as other teams. Ay, man. Wotale, welcome. Smamale. I can only say that you're allowed to go onto DSTV stream if you want to stream it. I'm sorry. Tyler says this squad is not make sure. He's checking his players, guys. He's checking his players. Ooh, hey, Onyango. Don't try play Onyango like Williams. Reyners? Oh, yes. What a ball. Ow. Reyners. Ow. Reyners, of course, playing against his former team. Kimo, he got some nerves there. Nerves, man. Couldn't put down that ball. That was pretty poor from Reyners because that was a very great ball that was put through by Alenda there. I don't understand why he couldn't just put that ball down.
What bafana, man.
Cape Town Stadium is where this game is being played. The pitch is interesting. We've already seen a couple of instances where the players, man, the ball is bobbling a little bit. So let's see what's going to happen there. Velile says, good evening, friends of Stellenbosch. Hey, Mar. Lizzie, friends of. Now I have no time to be friends of anybody because my team is going through its own troubles. Can't be supporting someone else. My energy must go directly to Naturena, man. Me, personally. Guys, I forgot to say, this is a very interactive show. So if it's your first time watching the show, halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. We'll have a conversation and speak about how we are analyzing the game and what we're seeing. And then if we can get 25,000 likes, I will leave it open in the second half and everybody can come in and give me a minute of how they are feeling about the game and what they are seeing. But we need to get to 25,000 likes. And also, guys, Kupari Gift, man, Papa Khosi, as always, representing Kupari Gift, guys, man. Now, December. Here comes a corner from Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's see what they're able to cook up here. Guys, why don't we have set-piece coaches? Arsenal has a set-piece coach that's doing quite the job there. Why don't we see those things here go Mamelodi Sundowns? And Hape, wasn't Coach Wendell meant to be wasn't Coach Wendell meant to be the set-piece coach? Or was it Loftman? Hey, Tiruk. I said Tiruk. Khoza heads it over there in the box. That was a good chance for Mamelodi Sundowns. That was a very good chance for Mamelodi Sundowns. That wasn't taken. But Dennis must give young keepers a chance. He panics a lot. But are you guys going to trust? The young keepers? Are you going to trust Jody February to play in this game? Because you're not giving them chances, though. As long as the pitch is better than the abomination we saw at Bombela, I'm gonna say, oh, sorry. Okay, Tyler, pass on my apologies, man. Now, I don't want to take her time. But ke football, man. Uta go bona ka 9. Uta go bona ka past 9, man. It's okay. Gingy, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Why did Khoza jump? He already has the height. It's empty. Qawe. Lekarile hape qawe kari empty stadium. Togelang empty stadium, guys. We've seen empty stadiums all across the league, and we've seen them even overseas, man. The game that Pirates played was empty. Hi, guys. Togelang Sundowns, guys. But there's people. Maybe there's also on this side as well. There's people, though. For a midweek game, I mean, that's not bad. Maybe they took leave. We don't know. Do you know what I'm enjoying so far? What I'm enjoying so far is I like that Allende is taking the lead on most of these things. I really do like that. I feel like the next step for Allende is to take more responsibility in that midfield, because he is the best midfielder that they have. Well, the best ball-playing midfielder that they have, who plays from deep there. You're going to see Aubrey. Where's Aubrey? You're going to see Aubrey also maybe coming in and also helping in that regard as well. So, very, very interesting. Oh, you were now. Hey, wait now. Almost there. Almost a young on goal there. Let's see. Caruso asked for support. Hey, we don't know him yet. You don't know him yet. You must ask. Caspitor. Maybe people will come. Jayden Adams must relax before he gets sent off. That is problem, Musali, that Jayden Adams has a bit of an anger issue. It wouldn't be the first time he's been sent off. He also seems to bark at the ref. Is he maybe feeling himself too much now? People have been telling him that he must go to Mapagania, or that Sundowns must take him. Hugo Bruce had been picking him for bafana. Are we seeing that type of thing happen? Here comes a shot. Straight to say Stevens, another one who got his shot at Bafana at age 33. Age 33, he made his debut for Bafana. Ronan was like, "I man, Bruce, me man, angin and get some shine." A very underrated keeper, I think. Okay, let's see. They always claim to be the biggest team now. Look, guys, filled out stadiums won't win them the league. Still surprisingly flattish in the early stages. They've been flat, man. When I've been the few Stellies games that I've been able to watch, some of, they've been very flat. It might be a fatigue thing that's starting to catch up with them. Reyners. Oh. Dupreez always misses. Dupreez goes through one-on-one and he misses. Now Reyners. The difference is that Reyners is going to get 5 more chances to score. 5 more chances to score. Dupreez has to live with the one that he has. He gets the one every game. No. I'm liking this from Sundowns. I think one of the big things about Reyners, it seems as though Cardoso is trying to make him a central striker. But if you play Reyners as a central striker, this is what you need to do. The runs he's been making now, I think he's gotten 2. He's gotten the one ball from Allende that he couldn't trap and control even though he was out. He's gotten this chance here. This is also a player that I believe he scored 22 goals this year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's 22 goals this year. So if you're talking about a player who's on fire up front, but if you can see the type of chances they're creating for him, I think that's the big difference here. Okay. It's also good to see Morena making it into the lineup, actually playing right back. Yeah. Steve is standing up. Caruso is standing up. Hi. All hands on deck. The keeper saved it. OT and Dupreez were like, Uksalayo. Oh, kana baring kasi Zulu. Ukechile that chance. We kechile. He catched it. Ali 1-on-1. You don't get to say the keeper saved it. Aye. Please. They have been flat since Pirates, but Pirates is also beating Abomahopa. Tiong. Nitambanga. Like I was about to say a lot about Tiong. I was about to speak about how, for me, probably the best number 10 in the country right now. In terms of the thinking, the hold-up. Well, false nine. Let's call him a false nine. But usually he's got 3 players running in front of him. He's usually not the point man. You'll see Abo Titus running past him. You'll see Abo Cupido running past him. You'll see a lot of the players run past him and use him as a base where he taps the ball. He's got 3 options. He plays it out. Ooh, Onyango. Presani lo muntu. Onyango is not there. Onyango is not there. It's tough. He's panicking.
La penisca lena. Ua lena bo penika. Do penikisha tsotsi.
Penikisa. Onyango. Next time when Sundowns plays, you better have popcorn with you. You enjoy it. Njinji. Me. They got rid of my coach. They got rid of my coach. So we'll see. I only watch Sundowns when Sales is playing, says Papa Khosi. Osman says, is Telly now the new Bidvest Wits? Interesting. You do have a... Oh, there we go. Nazo. Like I said, Reynard will get chance after chance to score.
I just got the notification. It's a goal.
Mamelodi Sundowns have scored their first goal. They are leading Stellenbosch 1-0. We are 17 minutes into the game. Again, Reynard broke the offside trap, runs in behind. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be rocket science, guys. It doesn't have to be rocket science. I really hope my coach is watching. This is how you used to praise. This is how. This is what you need to do. Stop trying to do a whole bunch of... Anyway, it's not about Chiefs. Dupreez scores again. Sundowns friends, can I just ask? Have you guys said thank you to Coach Mangoba? Have you guys said thank you? Because Coach Mangoba was the one who said he wants Ureinas. He begged the club to get Reinas. Now Ureinas is now your top scorer. He's scoring every single game. He's scoring every single game. Have you guys said thank you to that man that you were so quick to kick him out? I like it when they suffer. Hey, Njinji, aba safari labantu, not bad leader. Then all of a sudden, LS Mashaba says De Jong is like Mahupa now. Yeah, I don't know why he's playing up the line all the way. This season, Stellenbosch changed their tactics. Last season, they used to have a 2-man counter with Van Veek and Reyners, or Reyners and Titus, where they just sit deep, defend, get the ball and play it out. Now they're actively trying to press teams. They're actively trying to get at teams and push them with 4 players usually, right? Which is a risk. Clearly over here you saw how Reyners has been getting in behind. So that's how they've been playing, and maybe that's why they've been up and down this season and not as fluid as they've been. But to be fair, they have been flat. Defender Selaini. It is Reyners is the man he thinks he is, says Chosen. I really like this version of Sundowns, says ASAP Shembe. Sundowns is Reyners, but ni busy in it is faga wa mahopa. Hi, Belila, ngithi bekumnandi. Abo who's that boy? Abo Nkota. Bakora 2 goals. They bashama praise left, right, and center. Abo Mbata shooting because abo mahopa bawenzeli space. Don't be like that. You are unbeaten for a very long time, Milikin. Ngayu mahopa. How? Manje ulwa no mahopa wabantu. Hands off mahopa, hands off. Trainers has a hat-trick written all over him today. Reyners says Uprafos. Rom says they need to accept the offer for Reyners, but Rangers must make it 60 million. Oh, Allender comes off. It seems like it's an injury. In comes Mayema. Okay, it seems like Umayema, man. Umayema is Coach Cardoso's guy. Let's see if he can do what Ribeiro does. Not Ribeiro. You can see what he can do, what Allen does. But I guess if you have Aubrey on the pitch, you don't have to worry too much about building up from the back and worrying what's going to happen there. So I think Aubrey at least is on the pitch. It allows them to play more progressively. Look at where Aubrey's picking up. It seems like Ulunga is basically covering him. Aubrey's a midfielder here. So they're not going to suffer too much there in that regard. Suck them in. Suck them in and release Reyners. You've got the pattern now. Why is De Jong playing as a number 9? I don't get it. Is somebody injured? Who's on the bench? Masulugu Chapa, Jurgens, Pili, De Kock, Lekwane, Barnes, Cupido, Buzaka. Did they change their shape for this game? Don't change your shape. Don't change your shape. Okay. One of the first changes that Cardoso did, he changed the formation. He did away with the double 8. It seems like it. It seems like it. But for me, it's looking a lot like. It's still looking a lot like the Rulani chameleon. If I'm being 100% honest with you, it's looking a lot like that. The only difference, I guess, is that you can spring them. You can spring an offside trap with the Reyners there. You can do that. You have the option to do that. And then Ribeiro needs to be a lot more active. So I prefer Ribeiro when he's in the middle rather than when he's out wide. But what I'm seeing here is that they're allowing him to drift in and out really. It's almost like they've got a 2 up front. Thank you for 2 Diamond Yalon. Oh, there was a run. There was a run. Don't run inside. Who's that? Come on. Don't run. Why did he run inside? Number 3. Ndaga. Why didn't Ndaga run inside? He should have kept that line wide. Nazo. Ribeiro, guys. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Aye, man. Don't take him wide. Keep him in the 10, guys. Hey, what a player, man. Still was a bit selfish there. Could have released it earlier, but what a player. What a player. One of the first changes that Cardoso did, okay, it's payback time. Mudiba always makes these mistakes and always costs us. Baronga says, guys, let's tap the screen. Danko, tap the screen, guys, tap the screen. Tata scream. Let it give to Liscalebala, man. Liscalebala. Ribeiro, those passes. Oh, to me. Ribeiro Costa. Ay, man. Obana when Mangoba took him and put him in the center. That's when we knew that things have changed. Diloli Chinchite. He's such a player, man. And I think I like him in the 10 because the 10 takes away the time. When he has time, he's selfish. Very bad player when he has time. Well, not very bad, but he's a poor player when he's got time because he wants to dribble everyone. Oh, ball. But when he doesn't have time and he's just playing free in that 10 and he needs to make the pass, him and Reyners, what a Matthews. You know what I'd love to see? If it wasn't for Mudau sitting on the bench right now, I would love to see Morena. You see how we have RMR? I'd love to see Morena be there. See it's stage. Nganti. Play it. Too late, offside. Hey, play it. I'm a Chiefs fan, but I'll be supporting Sundowns at the Club World Cup, says Marvelous. We know here there's people who are going to be supporting Wheated. There's people who are going to be supporting Wheated. Gonna be watching Ashraf take on the other teams there. Look, we support them. The only problem is that when Sundowns does well, hey, the fans, man, you guys go from, we're all one South Africa, all the way to, no, Nina, go and support your pop teams. We are winning. And they remind you of all of the records. And you're like, guys, all I wanted to do was support you guys, kancane, just to help out. Hanyane fela. They're looking for that ball, eh? You know, they could have gone wider there. This is what Bangoba wanted to do, but the players didn't want to play. This is what Bangoba wanted to play. But okay, to be fair, Stellenbosch is going to give you that chance because you've got 4 players. You've usually got 4 players committed to the front. And I don't know why they're trying to do this 3. There goes Reyners again. What happened there? He catched. Yeah? He catched. But you know what's going to happen? 5 more chances are going to be made for him. Hashtag hands off to Patrice. Hands off. Guys, Stellenbosch's defense. You can't even keep a line and speak to each other and keep a line, a defensive line. How are you not telling your man, how are you not telling your fellow defender that there's a man that wants to make a run behind him? I don't understand. Ribeiro Lazy Nyana sometimes says, do me. Can I see the starting lineup? It's gonna keep flashing across. Margarina. Papa Jose says no, he's supporting Rulani and Mailula. You see, I told you. I told you. Abu Habibi. But you're one of those people. Hey, Mbanengi, man. Son of the soil, you're supporting the son of the soil of Orlando. What do you think about Khoza? Great poise. I like that he does the basics well. I like that, you know, it seems that he's the defender first. You don't have that many of those players, young players like that, you know, who can play at this level. I guess it's nice at Sundowns because, you know, you've got a bunch of really experienced players around you. So it's not like you have to carry a huge load on your back. But honestly speaking, he looks immaculate. He looks well developed. Oh, Nazo. Hey, why is Stellenbosch playing a high line? Malibongo Khoza, line breaking passes. I like the boy. They didn't want him. They didn't want him ASAP. They didn't want Mango, but this is the football he wanted. Clearly, they didn't want him. That's the Dupree's way. Chief. Hands off, Butali. Hands off. That's all I'm gonna say. Hands off. Corner Mamelodi Sundowns. Take that ball by Mudiba to Reyners. This Khoza boy, no, it's world class. He's incredible. He's incredible. How was he developed at Sundowns? Is he a through and through Sundowns development player? Because that DEC shoot is cooking, man. Come on, make the right choice. When Sundowns starts playing like this, you have to be scared. Because what's scaring me about this game is the ease at which Sundowns is playing. It's the ease at which they're carving open, even when they get caught in bad situations like that. That ball almost made it to the far post. The only problem is you have to finish your chances here. Football gods, if you don't finish your chances, you will get punished. So I know I'm joking about Reyners and all of that stuff, but honestly speaking, he needs to finish his chances. There's that Khoza boy. Aye, man. But OT, we can't be provoked by 57 fans. The noise. Wrong. Konani says he was supposed to pass that ball. Go to Arenas, wins Amawa. Hey. No, it's not. Pirates is not playing tonight. I believe he's not playing tonight. They won't criticize Reyners for missing chances, but out to praise. I'm not even fighting about that, Marvelous. I'm fighting about... Think about how many chances Reyners has gotten up to this point, or at least where they've played the ball in. He's already messed up 2 chances. And then he's hit another one high. Then he scored his goal. But this is what you need to do. You know what I love about Mamelodi Sundowns? Let me tell you what I love about Mamelodi Sundowns and what I admire about Mamelodi Sundowns. You see the tweaks to the game that they make all the time. So from the games you've watched from Ureina's now, well, for the last, let's say 2 weeks, from Mangoba's last game and then Caruso's first game, when you watch them, Ureina's was dropping back. He was trying to play with everybody. He was trying to be in the game and do all of that stuff. Now they've gone, no, Reyners, man, you're fast. So Umangoba was trying to get you into running from the side. How about we just play through balls from the center to you? Like, I enjoy that about Sundowns. I enjoy that about Sundowns, that, like, you see every week they're learning from whatever they've been doing. They're learning from their mistakes. Learning. Okay, Masimza Meso. It's not working that way. Let me do this. It's not working that way. Let's try the other way. It's a continuous learning cycle, right? And trying and changing. And some of our teams will do the exact same thing every week and be shocked when you get the same results. But where could we watch the match online? I can only say DSTV stream. Hey, the moment I start saying things, TikTok starts saying stuff. Yes, he comes from the Sundowns Academy. Okay. No, that academy is doing very well. Because there's a feature Bafana. Imagine him with Dotley. They say they spotted him at a Gasi tournament. Oh, okay. I want Sundowns to keep winning. Paris can't take the league. I don't trust Onyango. Hey, Chosen. Onyango. When I'm looking at him, when he has the ball.
bathi nukusheka ngesulu njalo.
Oh, Kakase.
What kakasela? Why kakasela? Why you kakaseling, my brother? Relax. Go.
I'm not sure what Diwani is. Diwani. I'm not sure what Diwani is. Paris has an owner that takes lives Oskan Kenya. Please. It was Reyners. Reyners scored the only goal of this match so far. Oh, is Stevens also coming off? Are we going to see Masuluke? Masuluke was robbed of the Pushkas. We didn't vote for him, ne? We need a serious backup for Ronwen Sizopelala. Yeah. Marakere, look, the sad thing about keepers is that it's not a rotation position. So there's a lot of people who won't get a chance, sadly, because Ronwen is there. Even now, Onyango's only playing because Ronwen is traveling. That Ronwen is still doing his awards shandis, you know. But yeah, it's not a position where you're gonna get a lot of chances. And by the time somebody gets a chance, it's probably to replace. So I think you're gonna be looking at Onyango for a while, eh? We're winning the game with 3 goals easy, says Litabo. Rom says we have Shabalala on the bench. They just need to use him in some games. Hey, Nina, you've had goalkeepers on goalkeepers there. Goalkeepers on goalkeepers. Free kick, Stellenbosch. Let's see if they can get something from this. Counter. Okay, no. I like Umdaga, but I feel like he's wasted on the wing. Upesim Daga, I like him, but it feels like he's wasted. Like he strikes me as somebody who could be a great number 8. 10, 8. Like a supporting wing, not a full out wing, if that makes sense. Pasadine. Let's see. That free kick, yo. No, Ronwen, Ronwen was at the awards. Ronwen, that's where the goalkeeper of the year on one side, interclub player of the other side. That's the only reason why he's not there. Ronwen has got about 4 good years left in him. Probably more. I mean, if you look at Onyango, it was sort of unfair. But I think the next iteration of a goalkeeper came through. And because he can't play the ball as comfortably as Ronwen, natural selection took its course. And there was a player that came in over him. Onyango was, those awards were Onyango loved those awards, man. He was always at those awards winning things. So, yeah, the only thing that's maybe going to replace Ronwen is the next step. I don't know what the next step is. I don't know what you're going to expect the keeper to do after a while. Maybe it's going to be a keeper that can distribute high level. Ronwen has shown us that he's got a little bit of that, but distribute long, high level while also playing short passes. Who knows? But I don't think Ronwen will just fall out of favor and be replaced like that. So I think we're going to be watching Ronwen for more than 4 years. I think. I don't know about you guys. You guys can tell me in the comments. Onyango is older than Kune and still playing. Tina, we got rid of Kune without a replacement. This is what you see what I was saying, Guti. Even Kune, for example, everybody wanted him out thinking that we're getting better, but did we get better after? That's the other question. Do you get better after moving those players out? Moving Onyango to the side and bringing in Williams is an incredible move because you've moved forward, right? But then you've moved Kune out, for example, and there's no one else there. So yeah, again, you have to move forward. We have Shabalala. I don't understand why Onyango. Would you want to risk him? Remember, I think what we take for granted with Mamelodi Sundowns. Yo, that would have been a wonder goal. Yo, Ribeiro. Man. Hey. No. Lebza, what I'm asking you is, the stakes are high now at Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't think you can afford to experiment that much. Look at the well trapping a corner. Shamuntu Ake tried to chip it there and took it wide. If they don't take these chances, this could end 1-1, out of the blue. He could have fallen there. Did you see the push? He could have fallen there. Katsande, man, one of those players, he was too casual. He's a good goalkeeper and was a goalkeeper for Swallows. Suilo Sakusaseka. Okay, there's a chance for Stellenbosch. Let's see. Ronwen is a good keeper in all dimensions. Shostopper good on the ball. His distribution is good. Velile says Adam seems like he's not interested to play. Like, I feel Sundowns is still, you can maybe take advantage of them at times, right? But I feel as though Stellenbosch changed how they play for this game. And I think they're being punished because they changed how they play. Their press should have won the ball back a couple of times by now. Way more times by now. And if you look at that defense, they're not sure if they want to defend in a 3. They're not sure if they want to defend in a 4. And they're not talking. And it might be an extra man syndrome type thing. Mara, they're not here at all. Like, they're not here at all. These line-breaking passes, oh God, Uncle Sam, we prayed for times like this. Mangoba prayed for times like this. And Sundowns players said, I win. Omunye, not you. Yeah, this is not the Stellies I know. Yeah, they changed the way that they play, Chosen. But it's also the way they've been playing since the beginning of the season. So maybe they're no longer the kryptonite. Well, they haven't been kryptonite. Maybe it was Relu Mangoba that lost in Mamelodi Sundowns those 2 games at the MTN 8. Not sure, image of God. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask your fellow Sandawanas there. But Ufunu says marvelous. Shabalala is a goalkeeper that is very confident on the ball, on his feet. he doesn't get easily pressured. Me, I don't know. All I'm saying is that there's going to be very little risks, especially with a new coach coming in like this. Mangoba didn't force. He didn't force. He should have forced it. Okay. Korisang is really showing up. Do you know what's nice, Musa? Look at where Korisang is playing. I like where he's picking up his positions. He's not playing the Matthews role that he was put in last time, you know. Sundowns is very interesting because it seems like they're playing with a 2 up front, and they're allowing Reyners and Ribeiro to sort of be the strikers and take turns, if that makes sense. Abombayema are dropping a little bit deeper, but I think it's also about the way they're playing. That transition ball that they're looking for each time. I think it doesn't care for time your run. Okay. No, just so we keep in count. How many chances has Reyners gotten and how many has he converted? How many? Just so that we keep in count. When I say you need to create, if you know your striker needs 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 chances, create 4, 5 or 6 or 7 chances. I'm counting that one because he ran offside. He didn't time that run. Oh, De Jong. De Jong is class, guys. De Jong is class. I don't know why they're playing him like a striker today. De Jong is class. I will speak. The most underrated player in the league for me personally is De Jong. What a player. The mind. Doesn't have pace, doesn't have skill, but he makes the Stellenbosch attack tick. You know? He makes the Stellenbosch attack tick. Okay. Sloppy. Morena's not playing well. Yeah, Akira is playing right back straight. Mangoba was coach, he would have been 3-0. Let the propaganda begin. Let the propaganda begin. I can't say it's Pepelo. Maybe somebody will put it there, but I can't say it. The AI monitors everything. Seems like the left side is just functional. The passes that come through. Reyners was a good signing for Downs, says Maverick. Emihle says, considering the amount of chances has created in top 8 games, it was unlucky. More than 5. Yeah. Reyners has a target of 1 goal a game. And look, to his credit, he's giving you 1 goal a game. To his credit. We can say everything we want to say, but to his credit, that man is the most on-form striker right now in the league. Reyners has a target of just 1 goal a game. OT Reyners takes 1, Dupreez takes none. Hey, after how many chances? Batim Lunga Mnyama says the Sinje. Lunga is proving a good point today. Look, I think again the strength of Mamelodi Sundowns is that they cover for each other. So if you're watching, if you're taking notice, Ulunga doesn't have that much to do because Aubrey has come into the game. You heard about Allende earlier on. They're the ones that are pretty much picking up that game. Abo Maema, Abo Obas are picking up the playing game, while the other guys allow them to have a shell around them. Like Abo Khoza allow them to be good at the back. So that's why I'm saying, for me, I enjoy watching. That's why I enjoy watching Sundowns games. I enjoy watching Sundowns games because it's gonna sound mean, but there's a real thought towards what they're doing. And there's real patching and changing and fixing and trying something and moving like this and doing that. And you get what I mean? Like it's a living formation, if I can put it like that, you know? Not many teams have living formations where we saw something was wrong, we fixed it. I'll point at my team. My team is making the same mistakes that we've been making from the get-go, right? Losing players, obviously injuries and stuff like that, but we're making the same mistakes we've been making from the get-go. And there hasn't been tweaking and changing and shifting to say, okay, how do I accommodate the strengths and weaknesses of the players? So that's why I enjoyed. That's why I enjoyed Coach Rulani. You could literally see every week. Okay, there was a point where it stopped, but you could literally see every week there was something that they were fixing. No, Mangoba, the way he started with this team, the way he ended with the team, they were playing different football, right? Maybe he lost the plot a little bit at times, Mara. They were playing a different kind of football. Every week, they were finding themselves. When RMR was clicking before the Matthews injury, they were finding themselves. They changed something. So it's nice, man. It's nice. And I'm not even a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, but it's nice to watch them for that reason. We're heading into halftime. Remember, at halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. We're going to have a conversation about what we're seeing and analyze. Then 25K likes, 25,000 likes on TikTok. I leave it open and you can jump in and we can have a conversation. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want to be part of my panels or you want to tell me how you feel about the game, you have to jump in on TikTok, follow me while I'm live now, follow me. And then at the bottom of your screen, there's a button that says multi-guest. Click on it, I let you in and we can have a conversation, but we need to get to 25K likes. Otherwise, it's just going to be the five people that I speak to. He came winning, he kept winning without him. Mangoba failed home and away, says Michelle. Our boys are losing balls. Reyners is very consistent. How was his celebration? It was a pretty normal celebration. He didn't do those. Oh no, my former team. No, I didn't do any of that. Reyners is the best, says Urilem Fuking. Maverick says Nebi would do wonders with the Stellenbosch squad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Can we argue that Steve Barker would do wonders with the Chiefs squad? 2 players of which he coached before. Can't Sundowns score at least 3 goals tonight? That's the only thing you're scared of. The only thing you're scared of tonight is if they don't take their chances now and Stellenbosch reverts back to the old Stellenbosch second half, maybe we see a Cupido coming on or Barnes coming on and allowing De Jong to play in the 10. You might struggle. And it might become a 1-1 out of the blue. That's the only thing you have to worry about, honestly speaking, here. But you can't fault Sundowns for pushing, you know. But if you don't finish your chances and you don't take them, you repair.
Wa bafana man. What?
Or is it 30? 30K likes. And I'll open it up in the second half. 30K likes. Kubalidi gift, guys. I see MK. Thank you, Papa Khosi. Thank you, Velile. Thank you, Kodani, Twanelo. Thank you so much for the gifts on that side. On YouTube, guys. Super thanks. Nyana. Yeah? Super thanks, super chat. Actually, let me go see what's happening on YouTube, Shem. I never give my YouTube guys the light of day. Let me give them the light of day, man. Hey, just Boniso. Okay, halftime. Let me see what is happening here so I can let people in. Just change my graphics a little bit here. It is halftime. Mamelodi Sundowns goes in 1-0 leaders in this game. They've got a 1-0 lead coming courtesy of Ureinas. Hey, they've been trying to set him free on that side. But him and Ribeiro badlale ngomsebenzi. Basically, that's what Sundowns has been saying. Stellenbosch has not been in this game. Stellenbosch has not been in this game. This is not the Stellenbosch we know. This is not the Stellenbosch that the GNU had sent to go deal with Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm sure friends of Stellenbosch right now are thinking to themselves, yeah, this is not the team that I called for. What's going on? Guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to let you in, but then my multi-guest is freezing, but I'll keep reading. How was Sundowns? How was so many chances, says Ukorani. Supposed to be 3-0. Ribeiro bandla. Hey, Michelle, Ribeiro bandla, man. How? Hey, man, what's happening now with my multi-guest? Okay, let's see. Okay, while that's loading, let's speak a little bit about what we've seen in the second half. I think Stellenbosch has changed the structure. So Stellenbosch usually goes with the forefront, 3 men in front of De Jong. They overwhelm you at defense. They want to pull you to the sides. They try to take advantage of spaces that are happening in behind. Oh, there we go. We haven't seen that from Stellenbosch. They try and play. Usually they played up to De Jong. De Jong then makes the choice between who is going to play through. Abu Titus, I see him tag, I was on the pitch to see who they're going to play through. We haven't actually seen that. And I think what has happened that has hurt them. That defense, it feels as though they have not been playing together. They don't know each other. They can't even keep a straight line. And Mamelodi Sundowns has realized that, and they're playing balls in behind so that runs from Ribeiro, runs from Reynas can go through. But then also what's very interesting is they're also overwhelming. So while you're watching Reynas and you're chasing Reynas, Abu Mayema coming in as support runs, and you see them even going wide from the central areas, which is something incredible. Not all the way wide, but wide enough to be dangerous. Let me bring in Ushambe. Shambe. Muta, gearboxy. Hey, gearboxy. Shambe, welcome to the show. How are you?
Mr. Otsi.
Mangimnandi Shambe. Shambe, 1-0, man. 1-0, Maranyamisa. How did you see the first half?
Yeah, Mr. Otsi is speaking ama ebariku saraka solina, pararaka solida. They taking Mr. Otsi. They TikToking these boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. They fresh. Sad ukuthi though someone came with the same exact ideas. Bamshaya ngekhweng bathi wena siyakuzwa mara hayi imara encane. Exact same ideas. More box entries, he said.
Yeah.
He said we are going to be faster, he said.
He signed Reynas. He signed Reynas.
He signed Reynas. But we're not sure, coach. We're not sure. Because Mr. Otsi, like Ukosta Mara Mr. Otsi, I feel bad for my brother. I feel bad. But anyway, let's focus on today's game. I love what I'm seeing, Mr. Otsi. I love the urgency. Even from Ribeiro, even though Yakecha, but I'm seeing ayikho weak linking ngibona waphandle ke go goalkeeper, but ayikho weak linking ngibona la Mr. Otsi. Everyone is taking yeah man Korisang. Yeah, ufikile. Urena sangazi ukuthi uthuswa yini namhlanje. Surprised more, my biggest surprise was uDeruk. Deruk sometimes looks a bit uninterested in being with the team, you know. He looks like he's in his own world, in his own head, but maybe that's just his personality, you know.
Okay.
So it's good to see him still though. I'm jelling well lapha man. Yeah man, mnandi lento engibhekile Mr. Otsi ngifuna amagoli ayi-3 second half. Ngifuna kwashaya ngegasolina mampela baribusara gasolina.
But then there's two things I want to ask very quickly. Number one, how do you feel about your defense with Onyango there? And can Stellenbosch maybe get something from there if they were to push and play their normal game? And then number two, Lapa Pambili, how do you feel about the front two? Pela, that's a front two, Ribeiro and Reynas. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, Mr. Otsi, I will say that with our goalkeeper, Luis Nayo lapha emuva, i-legend yethu, Grootmane, ta Anyongo, Groot Anyongo man eksepawuda. Lapho kuda man ngathi bangai protect a bit more. Young Tole Mr. Otsi, they shouldn't play out from the back with Onyango. I don't mind Onyango pumping the ball up because angimthembe enyaweni, Mr. Otsi.
Yeah.
So yeah, kuye ngeke sikhona ukudlala le ball esijwayele ukudlala where azosweeper khona because naye yambona noma kungena amabhola just kulesa space lesiya uyadoubt uyaphuma phinda uyadoubt anyana yabo. So sidinga ukuthi i-defense team protect Mr. Otsi ukuthi ingam overexpose, otherwise iStellenbosch ngalitshontsha inqawo yabo. But I also feel like this is the type of game where we would outscore Stellenbosch even if they were to score themselves. I think it's Babameng is Katsis right, Laba Puma corner from Traveler from Angola. So yeah, CAF exit up in place, Mr. Otsi. CAF is serious.
Let me go to Tyler. Tyler, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Hey, Oti, I'm good, man. How are you?
No, Gishapuman, Tyler. How do you feel about that first half?
Oti, it's the first time I've been. I've watched Sundowns after Mangoba. I think a lot of teams this season, they're going to struggle against them.
Okay.
I've watched them when they have the ball,
Yeah.
and I've watched them when they don't have the ball. In attack, there's about 6 of them in the
Yeah.
box,
Yeah.
all attacking that ball. And Alenda was doing his beat there, and he seems to have found himself. I think the coach has tried to revive him. He was the key man in the first half, and you can see now Ribeiro also understands his role better. These boys now, I think there was really something wrong. Someone said a couple of weeks ago, I think Mangoba has lost the dressing room in Sundowns, and it clearly shows. It clearly shows the way these guys are playing. It's exactly what he described to us at the beginning of the season. When they are in defense, OT, I've watched them. There's about 7 or 6 of them defending that ball, and there's a quick transition, and they're running. Abo Kotisang, and Abo Reinas in front, Abo
Yeah.
Ribeiro. They are fire OT. There's gonna be a lot of heartbreaks this season.
Can I ask how much of this comes down to maybe also Stellenbosch doesn't look very solid in defense? How much is that contributing to this? And do you think this type of football could work versus a low block?
It's gonna work, OT, because they are fast, they are quick. They are not keeping the ball. They are everyone when they get the ball. You look at Ulendok. I'm so impressed by in the middle of the park. Obas.
Yeah.
Switches play. The minute there is a block on the left hand side, on the left channel, he switches play to find Ulendoga, the guy Lunga on the left hand side. And look at Modiba. He enjoys now playing in the middle of the park. He's spraying those passes. Look at the pass he gave to Reynolds, who almost scored. He's squandering those opportunities. I think as much as he's scoring, if he gets one chance, he scores. But I think they need to work on his finishing, because you gotta be found wanting when you're playing in the north and you're losing, and he keeps missing opportunities like that. So they need to work with him to work on his finishing. Otherwise, I'm very impressed by this coach. In the group, I called him a plumber, but I'm taking my words back.
And I still feel like this was sabotage, man. This is what Mangoba wanted, but I'm gonna come back. Let me go to Kumo. Marakumo, why is Safa Mangoba Totsena, man? Kin Totsena Buakatsona. Anyway, how do you feel about the first half? Welcome.
Hi, AT. How you doing? Oh, na hanum putsore how am I gonna Sundowns support?
Over mute, okay. Now Ruto kari ke box man, kabo reverse man.
Please. Mara guys, when last did we enjoy Sundowns play? When last did Sundowns have so much fun? Kiluburi is too casual at times. So because when I say nonchalant, what tell I so my guy, we could have had more. We could have had more, and again, them Boranga thing. Because we're creating chances. I get one is to happen because of guys. This performance in a while deserves. It's not the best, but we can see. And considering arguably we don't have the best starting 11. This is not our best one. Mara, the transition, the cohesion is there. And as much as we're playing away, I don't see Stellenbosch coming in back. I don't see they're gonna do something different.
Yeah.
We're not gonna time on Nefela. Every time again.
Every time okay. Every time okay. Now TikTok I'm inactive. Every time. But it's fine. Now, Kuma, can I ask you, is there a risk? Is there a risk of Stellenbosch making a comeback if Sundowns doesn't take these chances? Because it's only 1-0. It should have been Boma 3-4.
Yeah, the risk will always be there. I get one one shot on target. Even if that risk is thing, I believe you're gonna score more goals. So I want the fact that we're creating such chances, but Lomonsa, maybe Sales will come because like the conditions are great. And I believe with like he's got a chip on his shoulders. He might want to prove something and that actually might work in our favor. But having said that, but then he's fairly like he's a good substitute. He didn't take away from what Orlando was doing in the first half. So my guy, I'm telling you, we're gonna score 2 more goals, and even if they score, Mara. Onyango the legend thing just to prove for that so-called legend we got 2 legends most squad thing. I'm just putting it out there.
Always with the shot. Always with the putting shot. Let me go to Jero. Always. Jero, welcome to the show. How are you?
Sure, Otsi kunjani?
Man, ngimnandi man Jero. Jero. Keep on ngale Sundowns yenu man. What's happening here?
I told you a couple of weeks ago ukuthi ama-fans arulani ayinkinga. Ama-fans arulani ayinkinga.
Yeah.
It's the same thing uManqoba was doing, rotating his squad, playing long balls, bangene boxing faster. It's the same thing. Nothing has changed here. But there's no noise. Zero noise. Where is the noise? If noise, man. Because uManqoba was doing the same thing with box entries. We must play faster. We must play long balls.
Transition. Yeah.
Transition. So now, since it's a white guy, now I know it's tactically. By technically. They find ways. Okumo, they find words for this coach. Technically. Hey. Nonsense. Why? Seriously, this is pure nonsense. It's the same thing as uManqoba was doing, and uManqoba is scoring more goals. I'm not saying I'm not supporting this coach as a Sundowns fan, but what's the difference when as a Chiefs fan? What's the difference? I'm asking you.
Mina, I said it from the beginning, all right? This is what Manqoba wanted, the shame. This is what he wanted. No one wanted to play.
It's exactly what he wanted. He rotated the squad. There's no noise. Where is the noise? Where is the noise? Where is the noise? Okay, I'm going to suspended. But where is the noise? Why there's a noise, but this white guy, there's no noise.
Okay.
There's no tiki-taka here. There's no chameleon football here. Where is the noise?
Yeah.
When it's seriously, but it's a decent game, so now I'm gonna enjoy. Where is the chameleon football here? Where is the half spaces, half gap, half 10, decent 9? Banamagama ukuthu laba abawabizayo. Tactical what kuphi konke lo, but wonke umuntu happy. Kade ngibuka ama-comments la ku-Twitter na ku-Facebook. Wonke umuntu happy, but it's the same thing uManqoba ends.
Okay. Let me bring it to Gustavo. Gustavo, tell me about this game. Welcome.
Sure. Oti, Ujero, where's the difference? The difference is, are you seeing our defensive structure? Are you seeing the chances we are giving teams? We are giving teams no chances, Baba. There's no opportunity to score here. Not here to play. That's where Coach Manqoba got it wrong. Where's the dominance in the midfield? We are dominating the midfield. That's where Coach Manqoba got it wrong. But in terms of the attack, Coach Manqoba got it right. This is what he wanted. You know, angifuni basifleke labo so what is playing heist. Yabo, but when you have ngigaya isibhamu ngigaya umese, right, uthi ngithi soshaya iheist. When you decide ukuthi hayi no asithatha umese kuphela, C5 asithatha umese kuphela, abanye they must not be armed. Let's not protect ourselves. So Coach Mikel Cardoso took Ilontuzana, he took our vest, he took the guns and said, let's go to battle. In case we get shot back, we are prepared, we are protected. This is what we have seen. If we're not pressing, did you see us playing 4-5-1? Did you see the defensive structure? Whereby it's trying to play out and we were not pressing them. We're set in a 4-5-1. Have you seen Sundowns doing that, being so defensive? You've never seen that. You know, every element is secured. The midfield is secured. The defense is secured. The attack is secured. As much as this is what Coach Manqoba once said, this is what the boys can do. If you get it right, the boys can do it for you. You know, I'm happy with the long balls. instead of trying to play the chameleon way of wasting time on the ball. I saw a brilliant ball played by Modiba, whereby I thought was going to give it to Lunga. Played it straight to, is it Renas or was it Ribeiro there? Modiba played that ball. You know, I saw Lunga playing a brilliant ball to Ribeiro. You know, outside the foot passes, I saw Neo Mayema doing it. I saw Kodisang doing it when he got the assist.
Yeah.
Brilliant play. And Kodisang, remember where Kodisang comes from, those who don't know. This is a player who went overseas and book development. Yeah, he's well developed, yes. And that's what you do if you want to bring back the boys from South Africa. Go look at those ones who are well developed from outside, and you'll improve your team in a good way.
Okay. The second half has started, guys. The second half has started. So I'm just gonna ask very quickly. Shembe, score prediction?
3-1, Mr. Otsi.
Okay, 3-1. Is it going to be a 1-1 to 3-1, or is it going to be a 3-0 to 3-1?
Gonna be 3. So shy 3, Mr. Otsi, bese bafake di-1. But la, Stellenbosch, Mr. Otsi. Selumlilo.
Hey, December. Let me go to Chero. Chero, what's your score prediction?
2-0.
2-0. Okay. Gustavo, score prediction?
500 trillion.
Yeah, boy,
3-0.
5 million, Baba.
Come on, Lucas. Yeah, but yeah, 3-0 OT.
Oh. Hey, Chance, hey, I'm letting you go. The second half has started. Kodisang, just hit it wide there. Guys, 30,000 likes. I open it up. Sugar Spice is in the queue. I let you come in. You give me a minute of whatever you're thinking about the analysis. I may or may not ask you a question, but we're going to open it up if we can get to 30,000. Okay, so. Mangoba's dream, man. Mangoba walked so that this team could fly, so this team could run. Okay, look, very transitioning from Mamelodi Sundowns. I love that Ukaroso and his team have looked at some of the weaknesses. It was said by the panelists that one of the big differences is that defensively they're very sound, which means that Abolunga and those type of players have been brought in to defend. I think it's a nice midway point between the chameleon and the transition football that Mamelodi Sundowns had been wanting to come play. So that means that you have Khoza, Abolunga, you have Obas to cover should things go wrong. But then also going forward, they overload, man. Bafika by 6. So what's nice about the game and what's nice about what they're doing is let Reynolds do what Reynolds is good at. There's no need for Reynolds to be a target man. There's no need for Reynolds to be a winger. There's no need for you to complicate the game. Put him on the last man, play balls through, give him the chances. Reynolds, I think he's gotten 3 or 4 chances. Maybe you could even say 5 where he messed some other things up, right? But give them the chance to do that stuff. When I say it's a happy medium again with the chameleon, is that you've got the Obas cover. You've also got Modiba who's in midfield. You've got Kodisang who lines up in the 3 up front, but he drops back in and it becomes a 2. I think that is Sundowns has looked electric. Now, at the same token, we're going to speak about Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch's defense, I don't know how to explain it. They get pulled out of positions, and that's what's opening up the spaces. So they start off in a 4, somebody gets pulled out, then they stay in a 3. But then if you're in a 3 and Reynolds is running off of your shoulder, he's going to get in because you're also playing a very high line. I don't understand why De Jong is playing the role of the target man. He doesn't play target man football. He's a 10 for these guys. He's a different kind of 10, but he's a 10 for Stellenbosch with 3 players ahead of him. So I think maybe Stellenbosch came into this game a little bit too cautious and didn't play the game that they normally play, because Sundowns can be spaces to open. The only thing Sundowns has to worry about, to be honest with you, Torre. The only thing that Sundowns has to be worried about is the football gods don't like 1-0. 1-0, kana coach Wayne, what did you say? 1-0 is a very untrustworthy scoreline. I forgot the words that he used. I'm paraphrasing, but he said that to the effect that 1-0 you can't trust it, and it only takes a goal from Stellenbosch for them to maybe become a little bit more confident on the ball, push forward. You may see the likes of Abu Pili, Nabo, Cupido coming onto the pitch, maybe Butsaka to show up that midfield. But we'll see how Sundowns handles this second half. So far, it does still look like they are in the driver's seat for all of this. So yeah, very listeners, this is not the Stellenbosch you ordered. Oh, Timu Stellenbosch, eh? Oh! Yay. Aubrey! Almost scored there. Sundowns went into halftime with 6 shots, 2 on target, 58% possession. Sundowns 6 shots, 2 on target, 58% possession. Stellenbosch had 2 shots, 1 on target for only 42%. Look at how they're gonna carve them open. Don't get too flashy now. Get the second goal before you start doing those type of things. Should have played the pass across there. Okay. But Stellenbosch is in 6s and 7s, guys. Stellenbosch is in 6s and 7s. Look, even their pressing is disorganized. I just don't get what's happening there. Okay, let's see. Korisang is on fire. Sundowns is very diverse. They're very strict on being different. Zupeto. Stellies is missing Tore. Let's see the scores. LS Mashaba says 1-1. Litabo says 4-0. Remember this and write it down. Maverick says Stellenbosch 3, Sundowns 2. Khoza ever so composed. Malia Pepper. I predict 1-1. Mangoba was playing with a fullback. Someone says, hey Baba, the setup is different. Moody was playing in the middle with Miami. Where were they playing? Angachi Lomchita. Parapiti. Ongalet says Bafana is definitely going to benefit more. Keep it up, Masandawana. Ow! Caruso, speaking with his friend, Steve. Steve looks like a co-head coach there. I don't know, but my money on throw, says the lady. Here comes a long throw from Stellies. Stellies don't know how to close down, plus they seem heavy on their feet. Yeah, like something is wrong, man. This is the final score, says Beneficious. And then Velile says, what is Michael Morton doing? Look, man, you guys don't know, man. When you play in Cape Town or Stellies, you can get multiple tenders. So Cape Town Spurs, the player for Cape Town Spurs, and he's on the bench for Mamelodi Sundowns, man. Morena is off. Dreamt of Mokwena and Adams playing for Bafana. What a dream. I don't know. Obas is putting up his hand. Obas is putting up his hand for sure. Yeah. 54 minutes in, guys. Remember, for my timer, just add 45 to whatever the timer says. So it's saying 9 minutes now. If you add 45, you'll know that it's now 54th minute. Guys, is it just me, or have the Stellenbosch players been miskicking the ball a lot? Like, they haven't been able to get their foot on the ball, like wrap their feet around the ball. And Shem, this is their province now, so we can't say that it's something different. And this is a rugby stadium, so maybe they're being affected by that, and Sundowns is just superior. Okay, 30K, let's see who's here. Hey, Stellies is trying to push Mara. Oh, the showstopper. Sinjay, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm alright, Mr. Utiban. How are you okay?
I'm good. Tell me about this game. What do you see?
You know what? This is what I want to say, man. I think playing for small teams like Sundowns and Stellenbosch, there's no like too many eyes watching you. You know, you can make mistakes and you will not be caught out of. You will not be caught out of it. I'm looking at Reynas, like he scored, missed the goal, and no one was screaming about quality, oh, he could have done better. It was like, he missed a goal. You know, De Jong, same story. Poor technique, missed, went out. No one was like, poor. Everyone was like, well effort. You know, says, what's the Stellenbosch keeper? Comes out, misses the ball 4 times. And no one is calling him out on that as, poor quality. Could have done better. You know, it's like, we don't even mention those 3 mistakes that could have led to 3 goals. Same as Ribeiro. Poor technique, misses the ball completely. No one is saying, horrible technique, horrible, poor quality, and so on and so forth. You know, we take it as a miss. And that's the beauty of playing for small teams. You missed that thing with Kaizer Chiefs. We will call for your head. If it was Mart that missed those 2 opportunities like Ribeiro did, we would be calling for his head. If it was one of our strikers that missed those golden opportunities by De Jong and Reynas, 4 chances Reynas had and he missed them and he only scored once. And we are celebrating him. And that's the nice thing about playing for teams that have 2 followers, 3 followers, and 6 followers. Going back to this game, I think Stellenbosch, I don't know what's going on with their players. I don't know whether their mindset is on this game, but they're just making very silly mistakes, silly tackles, using wrong foot to tackle and using closing your leg when you want to pass the ball and you end up bouncing in it, the ball doesn't reach its target. I don't know what's going on. It's really not the Stellenbosch that we know. It's not
Could
the
it be
Stellenbosch
fatigue?
that we know.
Could it be fatigue? Could it be the African stuff? Pella, they played a big game. They won their first game in the CAF Confed. Could it be an effort thing? They gave too much effort to that game. Now they're dealing with the hangover.
Yeah, it could be, but they're professionals. They're supposed to be used to these things. I like what I'm seeing from Sundowns, and I think this is what Mangoba was trying. And I agree with there's a speaker man that was saying, where's the noise? I agree with him. And I think we should make that as a sound. Here comes you.
If they're not careful.
Hey. And going back to my prediction, 1-1 is my prediction for the game. Yeah, and I think so. And I like what I'm seeing. For Sundowns, I like what I'm watching. Sundowns, I enjoy this football. This is beautiful football. This is what Mangoba was trying to do. Don't fire this coach. Keep him. He's doing very well. And let the school governing body put this on record that we do not want to fire this coach.
Mina, all I will say, guys, whenever he says small team or whatever, whenever he says these things, the thoughts and views expressed by the panelists or those in the comments are not those of overthinking football. Please, Ningang Park. Let me go to Busi. Hi, man, Busi.
Musinje is fixed. Musinje is fixing South African football. We make a jungle vision like a jig foot.
Mar is fighting. He's fighting while fixing.
He's fighting Noah. No, man, good game.
Simple pass. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, you were saying,
No, I'm saying it's a good game, but my problem now is that Sundowns, they are very good on transition and they use the speed up front. Reynas is there, they give it to him. If that was Chiefs, they were going to say, Hamba Reynas, like they say when it's to Priest, Hamba to Priest. So now it's Hamba Reynas. They played over, and then Reynas, Hamba Reynas. So let's agree, Uguti. Every time we Chiefs in my ladder, they are here. About agent, they are here. About Abutikuto, they are here when it's Chiefs to criticize. But today I don't see. I just saw agent NJ when he went past. He just had a comment about Mangoba and he went past.
Yeah.
But that's la possible Jogovinja last jiggy foot. No, Oti man, as you said, to Guti Sundowns, Maui Pegile, you relax and you enjoy watching them. So even me, man, I'm watching this game and I'm thinking the coach did something of which Numangoba Begatu Yenza at first, Yokladis Umaphosa as a mid.
Yeah.
And I see he's doing very well in that position. But Mangoba did it's actually Mangoba's team, what I'm watching here. It's the same thing that Mangoba was doing.
Yeah.
So it's just that Mangoba's English was from KZN, so they couldn't understand it. So this one is the English from Portugal. Yeah, they can understand it better.
Translated by Steve.
Yes, exactly. But I'm thinking Steve Beganga translate his own man. Now he's translating right, but Gumangoba Beganga translate his own man. But
No.
I think the score will be 2-0. 2-0. I just see 2-0.
Oh, can I ask you? We're 15 minutes into the second half.
Yeah.
Sundowns has been a little bit quiet. Stellies have been pushing. What's changed?
I think the fatigue from Stellies. Remember, they traveled. They were playing away. Now they only realize now that hey, look, we are a goal down. We need to at least lift up the game. Or maybe it might be the coach's plan that first half don't go too much to them.
Yeah.
He was thinking maybe they wouldn't concede, so that he can maybe get that last energy in the second half, in the last 45 minutes. Because if you ask them, this is Sundowns, if you ask them to go pound for pound first half, and remember that they travel, and I don't think they will have finished the first half with 1-0 down. They were gonna be maybe 3-0 down. So I think it's the plan from the coach to say don't go too much. Now they have to go because they are a goal down in second half. So now they start to push. I think it's the plan from the coach. There's nothing more. Yeah.
No, let me bring the Sugar Spice. Sugar Spice, Mtana Sekai, welcome to the show. How are you?
Andingimnandi hey
Umnandi.
thina bodaki siyahlupha that's why bathi umuthi wodaki ingamla. There's nothing this guy yenzile kangawo because that was the very same thing enziwa kumancoba just ukuthi manje into engiyibonile bayakhona ukulokhuza checka nama-diagonal ball lawa afaka ubani
abo Korisang, nabo Mudiba. Yeah.
But the check, man, there's nothing special really out here, man. Just to put a move, they are organized. Then, but my transaction here, it's much more faster. But on the final third, our repair, they are not that clinical when it comes to converting those chances.
Yeah.
But there's nothing special about this guy. Or they had. I think I've heard someone that I'm a fans rulani, but there's nothing special about this guy. And that is nothing special. No. I stand to be corrected.
Maraxi lento besikhuluma man ukuthi uManqoba, the problem is that the emotions that are around Manqoba because of the history that he has there. Ngoba, even if you look at it now, it is 1-0 and Stellenbosch seem to be building. I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep it up, Mara. It was that maybe the issue with Vele. It was just about the emotions, man.
Yeah, I think OT. I think it was emotion and Ilokuza, sabotage from our players because all of a sudden now, Obas has been a standout player as compared to Mokwena. But if you can look Mokwena in these past two games. Waphakamisile but namhlanje lenye into ezenzayo different we-inverter just ulokhuza uMudiba and it seems as if it seems to be working out for ball, but other than that there's nothing special. No. I mean, I'm here to see the tsotsi le into ezoyenza and for me now personally there's
manje tshela mina iphela njani le game because iphela njani le game because yeah.
Sometimes I uzibinela 2-0. Laba bazimiselanga. Angazi noma ukuthi bayarealize ukuthi badlala at home. But we do understand ukuthi they were playing away. So if fatigue mhlambe nayo iyabashaya. But ne-Sundowns lesekonafa. Ayadlala but nje. All right, Alasekaya, thanks.
No, for time. Aye. Hey, Stellis. Yo. Let me bring in Marcus. Marcus, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm alright on you, bro.
I'm good. Marcus, tell me about this game so far. 66 minutes in, 1-0. Stellenbosch seems to be pushing. They're shooting everywhere. How do you feel about the game?
You know, OT, now I've always said, even on the other previous live, guys, Sandawana was always going to win this league. That one is not a problem. We are going to win the league. Pirates will offer some bit of competition, but it's a done deal. We will win even in the next 4 years. We are going to win this league 10 times in a row. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
So you know what it is? You know what it is, PSL games? The knockout competitions, those ones are hit and miss.
Yeah.
And I can assure you, if we are playing Stellis in a knockout competition, I would have been worried, honestly. I would have been worried because knockout competitions have a life of their own, as you know, OT. They have a life of their own that you can't really understand.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the league, which is a long haul marathon, Sundowns has the depth, the experience, and the know-how to really grind it out over a 30-game span. So this
can I ask you? Do you on the other teams, the points of the other teams, do you think that maybe it's an attitude thing, that maybe by now Sundowns has created that aura, Sundowns, or when you come play against them, you want to change your stuff? Stellenbosch was playing a little bit different than they normally do. Is that what hurts them? Should teams be going into games versus Mamelodi Sundowns and going, you know what, guys, balls to the wall, if we lose, we lose?
Sure, you have seen even last season a lot of games they were playing low block. They were packing the bars. They were not really giving Sundowns a challenge. That's why we even struggle when you face the real competition, go Champions League. You saw even the last game against Raja. We're not convincing. Even against Asfa, we struggled against Wydad,
Maniema.
Because these local teams are not honestly giving Sundowns the real challenge. Honestly, they are not giving us the real competition. When you find the real competition elsewhere, that's when we realize, well, actually, we are not as invincible as we think. Because locally, honestly, no, man.
Final question before I bring in ASAP Shemba. I want to ask you, do you think that Sundowns may be overfixed? Was that the issue? Was the problem that you needed more box entries, or was the problem just what you're saying, that you don't get enough time to play against the big teams or bigger teams or big threats, and when you face the threats, you tend to make smaller mistakes that are the things that kill you, that you don't get to train, man, when you're playing at home?
Sure, yeah, no, obviously it's a complex matter. I wouldn't necessarily have all the answers, but now from what I've noticed, the league, we have finally figured it out. I mean, you can't win 7 leagues in a row and not have figured out how to actually do these things. So that one, as far as I'm concerned, it's a done deal. You have seen even how we have won last year and the previous year. We are going to cruise through. We're going to cruise through with some minor hiccups there and there. But that one is done. However, not for me, I'm not even that excited about the league as such, honestly. I just want to see us finally defeating the North Africans and subduing them. That's where the challenge is for me. The league, I've never been worried. Even when Mangoba, I always had confidence he's going to win the league. Even like what the other guy was saying, Sundowns is not playing any different than it would have played under Mangoba, even with this new coach. It's not you are not going to see any fundamental change. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
You are not going to see any fundamental change going forward.
No, for time, I'm gonna just jump in. Let me bring in ASAP Shembe. ASAP, hey, it's not clicking the way it was clicking, man. And Stellis is pressing. What's happening?
Mina ngithuswa Stellenbosch, Mr. Oti. Mina ngithuswa Stellenbosch. Into engithusayo, Mr. Oti, attempts to try and downplay the efforts of this Mamelodi Sundowns team, Mr. Oti. Yeah, Mr. Oti, there's nothing special this coach is doing. Hey. Motaung, the next sentence after Oti, but they just defensively organized. How? Is that not special? Motaung, but they're dominating in the mid. How? Is that not special? Motaung, but those balls behind the defense. How? Yabo ukuthi mari iqiniso ukuthi lafuneka Mr. Oti analyze Mamelodi Sundowns singashawa ilento lo ukuthi dala isishaya isidla bese manje fanele senze ngathi doesn't matter Mr. Oti. Mr. Oti. There's clear improvements in this Mamelodi Sundowns team, Mr. Oti. Yes, there might be a little bit of inflections of what Mangoba was trying to do. But me, Mr. Oti, I'll always go back to the point that I was trying to make yesterday before Abo Kokobaga Mangoba Bazisi Network Mr. Uguti. This man, Ukadoso, has done all the off-the-field antics correct, Mr. Oti.
Yeah.
It's all the off-the-field antics that are making these players play the way that they're playing now, Mr. Oti.
Yeah.
And that's what Mr. Mangoba neglected. With superior tactics, but neglect the off-the-field antics that are necessary. You need to take care of those things because these people are human beings before they are athletes, Mr. Oti. And Cardoso has taken care of the human beings of Mamelodi Sundowns. Thus, they are saying, okay, coach, saspice kelem sako.
Remember, I just want people to remember when I asked you guys that Mangoba's coming in with history. He's going to have to fight history, his personality, what Rulani meant to some of these players, all of that stuff.
Sure.
All of that plays into it. I think from the beginning, Mangoba was never going to work. The demotion, all of those things count.
Too much
you know what I mean?
Mr. Oti. It's like going back to that toxic ex. Mr. Oti, you know, Kono Shilo, I don't remember if it was on this show or somewhere else on YouTube, but someone said Mangoba was like the stepdad that came in and you had no relationship with, Mr. Oti. He was that, Mr. Oti. So Yabo Utukato, he's not the stepdad, but the man that stepped up. He's not the stepdad, Mr. Oti. He's the man that stepped up, Mr. Oti.
Marushebe. Oh, did people jump out? Okay. Let me jump in. 73 minutes in. Mamelodi Sundowns is 1-0 up. It's not as fluid as it was in the first half. If we're being 100% honest, it's not as fluid as it was. My worry is that the same thing that haunted Coach Mangoba may be haunting Sundowns maybe a little bit now. So, for example, I think chances have been a little bit hard to come up on because Stellenbosch has now maybe gotten that defense to relax a little bit. And maybe when you start seeing a low block, you're going to have to worry about how Mamelodi Sundowns is going to break that down because they've got one goal. What did Coach Mangoba complain about, or what did we say about Coach Mangoba? You have so many box entries. Box entries upon box entries, mara anikori at times when you need to score. It was fun in the beginning, but then now you are struggling to score. We're seeing a little bit of that here. Stellenbosch has also had a bunch of chances that maybe if they took better decisions, maybe put the ball down a little bit more, they could have done something because they've also woken up in the second half, which is something that I was asking. And I guess what I'm looking for from Coach Caruso now is, okay, you are 1-0 down. You had the box entries. It's not necessarily working out the way that you wanted it to in that regard. How do you change and do something different to Coach Rulani and Coach Mangoba in terms of how you manage the last, 15 minutes? So Coach Mangoba Coach Rulani was a person who, if he was 1-0 up at this point, they'd want to see out the game by holding the ball and doing all that stuff. He'd make some changes that maybe might take them off a little bit. And if you play a good enough team, they take advantage, especially when you go up north. Maybe not in the league, but when you go play in the Champions League. Coach Mangoba's problem was that he didn't know when to take the foot off the gas. And he'd make changes where he still wants to go for it. He still wants to press. He still wants to run. And the game would become ping pong. Right now, you're seeing a sort of a resurgence from Stellenbosch. I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep this up. I don't think past 80 minutes we'll see Stellenbosch doing anything crazy, even though they've made some changes here. Abo Pans are fresh, Abo Yegens, Abo Butaka are pretty fresh. So maybe they might be able to keep it up for a little bit longer, but I expect a much more open 15 minutes, and maybe Mamelodi Sundowns is going to rule the chances that they had to finish off this game early in the first half, because this second half has been a very different game. But we do have 14 minutes left of the game. Let's see what Mamelodi Sundowns can conjure here, having brought on Litaku and Ushalulile. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Litaku might be able to do something on the counter. Oh, Reina's second half played so deep, man. He played so deep. Okay, let me see what's happening here in the comments. Oh, let's see who's here. Can Pirates versus Sundowns Nedbank Cup or CAF final? Hey, or CAF final. Oh, Wahib, it must be nice. Must be nice to be in CAF like that. Maema Mudiba and Obas triangles. After 6 months, we shall hear Caruso must leave, says Wahib. Let me let you know, JB. JB, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, sure.
JB, mplele ka game man. We bona jwang?
Ke bona le mnate.
Emnate.
Yeah.
Oh, favor Thunder one.
Yeah.
Jwale go etsahalang second half man? A le sa kena boxing, a le sa shooter.
Second half ke shebelle.
We shebelle how? He banna. O tshaba eng go ska shebelle? But me fatupa. Ke 1-0 man.
Yeah, what's up? Eh?
E santsane le 1-0 man.
I never walk over.
Le tsepile ke kana. Yeah.
Re lo ba family.
Okay, itlo fela jwang o koramang then ka di last minute tse. On goal.
Nne skindi sa teng.
O reng ka khutso mocha?
Umnati wa khutsha. A re thuleng.
Yeah. La tula fela, ali mo praise.
I'm praise.
Okay, no, JP. Thank you. JP, a rutiness kindi sa teng. O shebile ka kindi. Yeah? That you have this kindi to watch this game. Here comes a corner from Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's see what they can do here. JP must be inside. Goal. Straight to Stevens there. Tirug. Ewen. Guys, Stellenbosch has looked bright in the second half. Save by Onyango. Was that Titus? What a save by Onyango, man. Hey, the old dog, man. The old man still has a little bit of saves in him. This is worrying. I'm not gonna lie. This is worrying because you see what's happening now is something that Sundowns struggles with. And it's the reason why I was speaking about managing games and seeing out games. Stellenbosch is trying to hold on the other side. I don't foresee Shalulile having that much of an impact here. But then they're also attacking the Sundowns team straight up a lot. So, hey, 1-0. Oh, 1-0 is a different score, man. 1-0 is a different score. If De Jong was still on the pitch, something would have happened. Morena is off and tired OT, and they're using his side. Lebza says, Mara, they can't come up. Wahib says, what's the difference between Rulani, Mangoba, and Cardoso? I don't want to speak too much about Cardoso, but we know that Mangoba wanted a far quicker play. Oh, ball. Hey, what a ball. Who played that ball? No, Muloisane having to come back and save the team there. Guys, Stellis is playing. It's ping pong. This is shades of Mangoba finishing games, and I don't know if you want that. I don't know if you want that. Don't leave it to the other team to be the ones that are playing. Oh, hey, man, Oshapari Veisi. "81 minutes in. Rulani tactically excellent with good strategy and is only inexperienced." Oh, where was that to? Kasonga coach came with something, says Lebza. This second half is fire, says Marvelous. Morena is off and tired. Oti, they're using his side. Maybe you could see Kemang Mudau coming in. Oh, Tiruk, you can't be injured again. Tiruk. Kemang Likolwane now. Okay. Likolwane coming on for Stellenbosch in place of Titus, I believe. Yeah. I foresee 1-1 here, says Ukodani. Mangoba is old school football that doesn't improve quality players. You could argue that Mangoba's football wanted a different type of quality. The old school players were not specialists. So when you're playing with a bunch of players that maybe they are, let's use stats, maybe they're 80s across the board or 75s across the board. Maybe they're 75s across the board. And now you have players that are 90s in one thing or 670s in another thing where you have to craft the tactics around them. That's what I think. I think Mangoba has a bit more trust, had a bit more trust with the players or had a bit more trust of their abilities. And maybe you start to see that these new players are not maybe as adaptable as we thought. You know, we always speak about the adaptability. Then the moment the tactics change, you start seeing, this person is not the Swiss Army knife that I thought they were. Hey, man, why are Lipushana? What's happening now? Oh, they know each other. Ref was getting worried there. Coach, those changes are done by Coach Mangoba. Well, to be fair, Roms, to be fair, the smartest thing you can do as somebody who's new, who's being thrown into the deep end, who's been thrown into a season that has already started with players that have already played, is to say, hey, let me not change anything for now. Rulani, even when he took over as the head coach, we didn't see chameleon football straight up. He carried on with what they were doing, tweaked here and there. When he got his preseason and off-season, he got to sit down and think about his football. So maybe Coach Miguel is doing the right thing. Let me respect what has been done before me. Let me tweak here and there. Let me get the results. Then I will gradually bring in my style of play, or I'll gradually change things. But he did say that he had a massive respect for MAMELODI SUNDOWNS. So you could imagine, Shem, Tiruk, you can't be injured, my guy. You just came back. I feel for players like, Tiruk na. So it could be a very smart thing to say, okay, let me use the new manager bounce. The players are responding to me. I'm a new voice. Let's ride that for a little bit and see how far we can take it before I make big sweeping changes that might affect the team. So I think it's actually smart to do it that way. Honestly speaking, I'm Manuel Sundowns playing long balls behind defenders as optimist. Baroma said even against Pirates in the MTN8 final second half, they came out blazing but still lost. Sugar Spice says Caruso is another average coach, but only time will tell, and another Nabi. Utiruk, Ushaya Amachakamba. But yeah, I know it seems like he's coming off. Caruso is a structure coach who wants to bring an identity with good experience and high expectations. Stellis is a good team, says Mutuachai. Rom says, but the reason to change the coach is that he was not doing something right for the club. Was he not doing something right? I guess that's what I'm contending with. I mean, Coach Caruso comes into a Sundowns team that was number 1 on the log. A Sundowns team that had been knocked out of, I don't know which cup was MTN8. They made to the final last year, MTN8 final. They were knocked out of the Carling. Well, they lost the Carling final, which you could say is similar to when they were knocked out of the Carling early, if you were looking at a score line. they were scoring more goals. They conceded, I think, less goals up to this point, but they'd scored more goals. Like, I don't think it was bad. They just needed a new face. And Caruso's carrying on with that thing. Look at the scoreline right now. Well, we're not complaining under Coach Mangoba that they've got all the box entries and all of that stuff, but the games are ending 1-1, 1-0. The games are very close, some of the games, you know. He's making some of these teams look like stars. Now, 1-0, 85th minute. Incredible first half. Second half has been poor. Or, well, not as strong. They didn't take their chances. So, is it really that much different? Or are we just also very happy because it's a new coach? Yeah, hey, Malume Kutso, not Tiruk, man. Tiruk abantu, man. To be honest, Caruso is like a kid in a candy store. He can't believe he has so much quality. I think it is fitness, not injury. I hope so. I hope so, Fernando. I don't want to repeat history this season if Sundowns change again. How is Neo Maema subbed off with the gamers on this? Where's Tembinkosi Loch? Nyoso. Nyoso is chilling, man, in the stands. Nyoso is chilling in the stands. Let me see. So yeah, that's why I'm saying. Oh, there we go. Wahid, how do you feel? Welcome. How do you feel about this game? 86 minutes.
I'm all good, man. Just frustration here, not seeing Stellenbosch getting the equalizer. But I'm not happy with the scoreline. I want Stellies at least to get the point. They are playing very good in the second half. They're playing very good in the second half. I didn't watch the first half, but I do think if they can get the point, it would be nice. But you know, they have the best players. They have the Reiners of Stellenbosch, so they should easily collect the 3 points.
Wahib, can you tell me what your assessment of Caruso is so far?
I do think he's a very good structure coach. He gives you identity of what you want to do as a footballer. You want to play football. You want to follow his instruction because as he set up his team, he's very tight at the back. He goes strong in the midfield. So if you look at this team, he's a very structured coach. He knows what he wants from his players. It's not about if you are good, you're going to play the next game. He wants to see everyone. He wants to look at the ability of the players. And he doesn't care about what competition. He changes his teams. He makes the subs if you look tired. And that is good to see.
So, Wahib, how much... Okay, let me ask you the real question. How much of this is new manager bounce? And then Sundowns may revert back to something we saw towards the end of Mangoba's run?
I can't tell you how long it will take, but it's not easy finding these foreign coaches out. It's not easy. They stick to their plan.
Yeah.
They know what they want of the players, and they can easily they can change their style of play in a matter of minutes. They can go from long ball to short passes. They can go from short passes to playing the diamond, playing triangle, hectagon, or whatever. Make a box midfield. They are very, very, very intelligent. Like they know what they want from the players, and if it doesn't work out, they would take the paper, rip it out, and try something new, and that's good to see.
Okay, no. Wahib, thank you so much. Okay, guys, I'm going to let people in, but I'm going to give you all a minute. We're going to break down the game tomorrow properly. So tomorrow on the live show, I'll give an hour where we'll just break down what happened in this game. Then we'll go into the members show. So please, I'm going to give everybody a minute or so because we are ending this game, coming to the end of this game. Hosi Barong.
Oti.
Orenka came in, man. Welcome.
No, thanks, my brother. Well, I think as much as the guy is still new, like more Sundowns, he's managing like his play very carefully. Remember, this is only his second game, like Kotlekstorp,
yeah.
But already he's showing her like a assignment there high entitled Sundowns wa easy. You understand? Remember, at this moment they are playing away, and then they played 2 games away. if I'm not mistaken, like into CAF, and then he hasn't conceded a goal. You understand? So, OT, these are some of the games that you need to manage in order for you to win into a Premier League. You understand? They are playing away. They can't afford to be careless. They scored a goal, and then their assignment was to defend that goal and get 3 points. That's what is important to gaming. You understand? And then for anything else more, like maybe going forward, like maybe for home ground advantage, that's when we'll see what kinds of tactics zona. Understand? Because of I believe for Stellis, as much as they are playing home, they are throwing anything and everything or like about draw, but Sundowns is holding on to that lead. You understand? So these are these are one of those games so already manager in order for you to win the championship. Simple as that.
No. What's about take it?
Yeah, I need to be fancy or Zamo gets a special, just score a goal, sit back and see who it's a halang. So long manager lead how, and then anything else it matters not. The only thing that matters get 3 points of it, and then get to Los Sundowns 8 late.
Okay, no. Thank you so much. Let me bring in to Tyler. Tyler, tell me about the game now. 91, 92 minutes in. How do you feel about it?
I'm asking myself, where was this Stellenbosch all along? They look live. They look like they are live now. OT. They are playing their normal game. But as I'm looking at this game, I'm seeing what used to happen when Mangoba was still in charge. Team seems to dominate Sundowns in the second half.
Yeah.
Look at Stellies now; they're all over Sundowns. So I think the coach needs to look into that. As much as it's going to be beneficial for Sundowns when they're playing in Africa, because the coach is used to so many teams he used to play against there. So it's going to be beneficial for them, but they need to look at the second half of their game. Team seems to dominate and find their feet against them. And also the finishing, they had so many chances. By now it should be 4-3, So they need to look into that, and that's directed to Ureinas. Maybe they need to feature more Shalulile or go and buy another striker that's going to make sure that when he gets a chance he buries them. So my worry is team seems to dominate against them and find spaces against them. That's my only worry. Otherwise, I'm happy with their performance off the ball, on the ball, but the 80th minute is the worry on their game.
Before I go to Gustavo, I just wanted to say, guys, please follow if you have not followed. Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. We have the live show here. We do reviews. We speak about topics in football. We do all of those things. So tomorrow, we're going to be having a show at 7 p.m. on the Thursday. But then, if Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Banyana, Bafana are playing, we will be here doing this, watching along. My thoughts will be out in about an hour and a half on YouTube. So please support. So follow if you have not followed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Send gifts if you have not sent gifts, man. Send down. Let me go to Gustavo. Gustavo, coming to the end of the game. Do you still feel the same Ngale game?
Yeah, I came not much of a difference, but a change from Stellenbosch. As my pay out here, man, sanele phansi. Yes, man, you want him to do good, man. Let him nayo. But you are like, I don't even if you can have a bad game, man. So it's after.
Yeah.
But again, great performance from Stellenbosch first, second half, and I think it was good for MAMELODI SUNDOWNS. Yeah, such things they help the opposition. You get to identify some weaknesses that you have, and you get to see what you can fix, what you can tweak here and there. But they've been up for the challenge, and don't let that performance by the most decorated player in the PSL go unnoticed. What a performance by Onyango.
Yeah.
Don't let the defensive performance pulled off by Divine Lunga. Don't let it go unnoticed. Aerial ball cleared again. Come on, man. Lunga in the air. It's a player you keep on the pitch. Beautiful by the Giants. Beautiful game by the Giants. Great game by him. But Yeah, credit to the guys. Thanks for them for giving us a great performance and bringing on the challenge in the second half. You know, this is the Stellenbosch you know, and this is the Stellenbosch you also want. We don't want teams to be scared and have fear. But you look at the bomb squad, like the commentator called it. It's a Stellenbosch. When they got subbed on, I think this is what they were here to do. They moved away from the defensive roles. And we saw Umarena coming into the game. We saw Parsalin coming into the game. I think Mtara on that left was destroying his gameplay, you know. But great play from the gents. And yeah, enjoyable match, fun match. You know, I think we all enjoyed. We had fun.
No, Gustavo, thank you. CJ, round it off for me. How do you feel about this game? Now that it's coming to the end, we should be getting the final whistle anytime now.
Steve Parker is a coach. This guy is a class coach.
Yeah.
I like a coach that you can see his reaction. I like a coach that he thinks about the game and he comes back with a plan. Hard luck that his chances did not go through. I want to agree with Gustavo. Onyango demonstrated that he's a class goalkeeper. He did very well. Without him, I think if it was another ordinary goalkeeper, we would not be saying the score remains the same. I don't remember Sundowns having a clear-cut chance in the second half. That shows that Steve Parker came back with a plan. He mustn't be hard on himself. Obviously, wanted a positive result in this game, but he didn't get it. I think Stellenbosch is still a team that should be reckoned with. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Amasan down have won. Shame, but yeah, it won't affect the economy of the country. Yeah, it's still the same thing, man. You know. Ebekweleta imali usakweleta imali nangomso ebenestock esingathengwanga akasitayisanga nangomso. It's not like ukubona emsebenzini they're gonna come with papalaza and stuff like that. Even if they don't go to work, nothing is going to happen. You understand? Because amasandawana pick up amasandawana bezulu.
Let me begin to Kes. How did you feel about the game, Kes?
How's it, Mr. Oti?
I'm good at you, my brother.
No, the game was wonderful to watch. I loved it. I really enjoyed watching the game. Actually, as the way Sundowns is playing right now, I think the coach actually hasn't actually introduced his style of play or his system as of yet. He's still trying out our players. He's still testing every player on the field. It's not about who's performing best. It's not about who has a bigger name, who was the best nominated last year. He's just testing out every player to say, okay, now I'm going to use this one and this is the system that I'm going to apply. But now I'm going to just, clap your hands and say kudos to the coach for maintaining Sundowns in such a way that they're still winning and he's still testing his thing. So balancing the two, I'm just going to applaud for the coach saying, he's doing a good job, just maintaining it. That is perfect because now I think he has to look on a long term for World Clubs Cup. I believe as we are playing now, we are preparing for those big games. They are preparing for the CAF games. Yes, the league games, but there's not too much challenge. That's why sometimes I get worried when we win here because we do not have a tough challenge, or let me say a team that is going to come head to us, to attack us, to test us. Yeah. So it's very difficult when you go to CAF because they do not respect us. So now we do not have that time to actually rectify our mistakes there because we are already there. We have to play. You see? So now we need to get those kind of teams that are going to attack us so that we can prepare from home, going into the cave already prepared. But now teams, they tend to sit back, man. That is my problem with most teams when we play here at home. They tend to sit back. And that makes Sundowns as in, man. But I'm happy with the way our players that just pulling their socks up. They're happy playing for the coach. The connection between the coach and the players, it's just marvel to watch. I can see it now. They're happy now. You just feel the way they are playing. You feel it when you watch them. They are happy. Everyone is happy. everyone is fighting for his chance, for his position in the starting lineup, because no one is guaranteed as of yet.
Okay,
So that is
okay.
good. I just love that.
Oh, for time's sake, I'm gonna jump in. Manumuko's asking it. I saw Mara. I don't know if he was just making more of a point with the yellow cards or not. Let me bring Korani. Korani, how did you feel about this game? Welcome. Thank you for the gifts.
Mr. OT, how's it?
Man, I'm good, my brother. I'm good.
Now I can breathe. I was sitting on the edge of the sofa. Yo, hi, Stellis was coming on us. But anyway, all in all, kudos to the 3 points. I think the game was 2 halves. First half, Sundown was all over Stellis. I don't know what was happening first half with Stellis. Can't say they were defending because they were giving us too much spaces in between. Renas and this guy, Rivero, they managed to have spaces in between the defense. So whatever the guy, the coach, Steve Barker said at the dressing room, I think it changed the whole game, because second half, they were all over Sundowns and we couldn't have answers. But I'm happy. Sometimes we need to get that kind of pressure so that they can test our defenders and see how we can react, because sometimes Sundown, they lack, especially when it comes to crosses. They normally have that issues where we normally consider it. So most of the teams, they know that sometimes we lack when it comes to crosses. They normally have some crosses inside and get some free kicks so that they can just throw it in the, inside the box. But overall, yeah, my man of the match, Lunga, yeah, kudos to that guy. He was very fantastic today. Even khoza, his composure and his calmness, like, that boy is going far, very far.
Okay,
But other than that, 3 points, and I'm happy.
Oh, thank you, Korani. Guys, I'm not going to stay long tomorrow. We're going to break down the game, and then I'm going to have the members show. If you want to be a member, we do have a WhatsApp group. So if you're on YouTube right now, if you click on join, there's a subscribe button. Click on that too, please. And then there's a join button. If you click on that button, in the members area is the link to join the WhatsApp group. That is where it's 24/7. I don't have limits of time or anything. We go back and forth. We banter. There's videos. There's voice notes. Some of the most incredible conversations that you guys are missing, whether it's from a banter perspective or from a learning perspective. I love the group with everything. That group is incredible. So if you want to be part of that, remember, go on over to YouTube, click on subscribe, click on join. When you click on join, it gives you... And also, I drop my own content every day. Or I try to drop at least daily. So please support us on YouTube, support us on TikTok, support us on Facebook, support me, on all of those platforms when I drop my content. And guys, please keep us pushing. Okay, this is what I'm going to say about this game. Oh, Mangoba Wabatu, man. I feel like this is what Mangoba wanted. And I feel like Coach Caruso is doing an incredible job of not rocking the boat. The most important thing you can do when you're a coach that's coming in, that's new, you've only been at the club for just over a week, is not to rock the boat, right? You're not going to teach these players your style of play and all of that stuff now. Rather build on what's there. And I think that's what we saw in the first half. We saw the box entries that Mamelodi Sundowns had prided themselves on for this whole time. We saw him change a little bit of the structure, because we're seeing, instead of an RMR, he's got Ribeiro and Reyners almost as a 2, with Mayema dropping back inside to the midfield with Abokori-san to play the ball when they're playing there. To have Ukori-san, Mayema came on later, to have Abokori-san come in and play the ball in the middle. The transitions are fast. The transitions are in behind. And what I'm enjoying about the Sundowns team, or the 2 games that I've seen, they're already fixing some of the things that they found problems with. What's nice about Sundowns is that they're playing the Mangoba ball, but with a core of a little bit more control in the middle. You've got your Mudiba who can find a pass. You've got your Korisang who can find a pass. Lunga was finding some passes, but Lunga can also be cover for the back. It's something that he brought into the Raja game, where Lunga can cover and everybody can still sit in the shell with Abo Obas and those type of players while releasing the ball a lot quicker. I think Stellenbosch lost the plot a little bit in this game, because in the first half, they came out sort of to play a subdued game. They weren't playing their normal game. Their normal game is 4 players up front, 4 players pressing you at all times, 3 with a 1. De Jong usually the 1, but then we're watching 3 up front. The defense wasn't talking, you can tell. Somebody said in the comments that they're missing the influence of Uture. Second half is when we started to see Stellenbosch play their own game. But Mamelodi Sundowns needs to be worried or needs to watch out because, again, they're not fixing the core problem. The core problem that Mamelodi Sundowns has, in my opinion, is the last 20-25 minutes of the game. This was ping pong. Stellenbosch got a ton of box entries themselves. If not for maybe bad decisions or slipping or not getting your foot on the ball properly or hitting the ball properly, they could have made this a very shaky ending. And this is what they suffer from when they go into Africa. The last 20 minutes, the last 25 minutes. So Coach Mangoba made it a ping pong. Coach Rulani was often trying to find the goal at the end, but for his part, they try and control the ball a lot more. So let's see. Everybody's happy right now. It is a 1-0 win. I feel like they created as many opportunities as they usually create. They created under Coach Mangoba. They came under the same fire that they created under Coach Mangoba. And let's see if Coach Caruso can ride this. It's also important to win like this too when you're new, so that you can keep yourself, moving forward, even if things are not working exactly how you want them to. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Follow if you have not followed. Thank you for the 40,000 likes. Thank you to Fandenom, Unati, Papa Khosi, Kodani, Naima, Sinje, Kumo, MK, Velile, Twanelo. Thank you so much for the gifts on that side. Thank you to those that jumped in. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me here on the show. You don't know how much you guys mean to me. YouTube, I will get better with the comments. I apologize, the guys who are watching on YouTube. Guys, all of the episodes, all of the live shows, all of the watch-alongs are available in full on YouTube. My thoughts, I'm going to try get them out in the next hour, where I'll give you a proper breakdown about how I feel personally about the game, and you'll be able to watch it there. Please also follow the podcast. I have a podcast that I put out on my YouTube channel where I speak about a ton of different things, and I tell you exactly what I feel about some of the storylines that are coming out in our football. So please support, like, share, subscribe, tell people, put them on the WhatsApp groups, put them on the WhatsApp statuses, put them on Facebook, share, and all of that stuff. Help me grow this into something that matters, because there's not that many places where us as fans can come together and speak. I'm not a former player. I'm not a host. I'm not a former coach. I'm not on Supersport where we can't talk about certain things, or you can't banter, or you can't say some stuff. Platforms like this don't exist in SA, but I need you guys as the audience to help me keep this up and keep this running. So if you can contribute, there's an account number there in my profile. If you can share. If you can watch on YouTube, because those views are monetized, watch. I'll see you guys then tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bye, everyone.